Lee, did you think Madhouse was an incredible experience?
Yeah, Lee, were you just charmed and dazzled?
Um, it was. We'll start with this. So it was.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we are recording.
Hi, guys. Welcome
Hey
to
guys,
Patreon.
welcome to Patreon. We are in moods today.
We're
about to find out why.
Yeah, and we're going to tell you. It's going to be cute. But Lee, just to catch you guys up, Lee was kind enough to drive me down to San Diego. I performed at this venue called Madhouse Comedy Club. You could say it is, I think, a den of sin would be an astute description.
The Madhouse is like a halfway house.
That's good. Yeah.
For anybody that walks in off the street.
Yeah, it's less of a comedy club and more of like a place to like, I guess, like hide from like the deviancy that's like going on outside.
If you're coming down from heroin and you know you're going into withdrawal,
you know what I would say,
that's where you go,
or coming up.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's a great place to do heroin.
It's a great place to do heroin. I wouldn't be surprised if they sold bath salts at the Madhouse Comedy Club.
I think you thought I was being dramatic when I was telling you like how
that whole area, that whole like part of Gaslamp is haunted as fuck.
Yeah, well, that's why all the comedy clubs are in that fucking area.
Yeah.
They said, oh, we know the brand.
So
welcome to downtown San Diego.
Somebody was shot at the last Madhouse, the one that was on the top of the parking lot outside of the mall.
Yes.
That was glorious.
I was in a comedy festival that took place at Madhouse back in 2017, and I was one of the only women on the lineup. And then they were doing a comedy competition, and I went up. And at this 2017, definitely was not an amazing comic, but I was funny. And then 6 guys get up after me and bomb. And then the judge goes, well, we can't give it to the tits. And then they gave the...
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to headline this club.
Tits.
I'm going to headline this.
One day I'll be back with these tits.
Oh, you'll see me. Miss Tits is coming back. But yeah, so Lee, you took me there and it was fucked up.
So I made friends at the San Diego live show. And we hung out in LA. We went out to like a techno show in LA, and then they were going to come out and see us at Madhouse. And literally they were a block away, and a car accident happened next to them. And they like this guy, I guess, rear-ended like 2 cars, just like bam, bam. Mm-hmm. Really, I walked over to see if they were lying, and they weren't lying.
I wonder if they staged that, though.
Funny, you walked to go fucking truth check.
I would have done the same because I would have been like, "You guys are fucking lying."
Well, it's so funny. So you left, and I started texting Gabby, and I was like, "Oh, these girls just totally lied to Lee." Like I was like, "There's no way."
Do you think they staged it?
Yeah, it was their buddies.
A 3-car accident.
Yeah.
The cars were pretty fucked up. It did look pretty.
They're probably fake cars.
So I gave them shit. I was like, props. You guys are pussies for leaving, and thinking back, the cars were pretty fucked up. So it was probably pretty traumatizing to be next to. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. We don't like to really get too into our stand-up careers on this podcast. We like to separate the stand-up from the podcast. But this week, we've had a lot of really, I'd say, horrific stand-up experiences. And we are going to talk about them for a little bit.
That's why we had to get the Madhouse out of the way first.
Because we just want you guys to know, here's the thing that I forget, that the general public does not understand how stand-up comedy works or what people go through to do it. And every time I do one of these horrific fucking bar shows, I'm reminded.
So we did a horrific bar show, last night, and then you did one.
I did one probably 4 or 5 days ago. Mm-hmm. We'll start with that one. You guys, I just want you to know, comedians work hard. You know, we fucking write. We spend time, a lot of time, working out our bits. We write, we're always thinking, we're always taking notes, physically, mentally. A lot of work goes into what we do.
A lot of repetition. Like when we get on stage, we're not just saying it for the first time.
And if you are,
unless it's a new joke, but for the most part, when you see a comedian at a show, for the most part, we're doing rehearsed jokes.
yeah. And it's a mentally and emotionally, physically taxing job. Okay. So you forget when you're 7 years the fuck in, and then you go and do stand up at a place called Rockin' Riley's on Sunset Boulevard, where there is no stage, but there is, however, a staircase. And the booker says, you guys, you're going to perform on the staircase. So that's what.
She's one of our friends. God bless her.
God bless her. But the thing is,
We got to be more situationally aware of
comedians, why the fuck? If you're booking shows, you know how hard this shit is. Why are you booking horrendous rooms?
I have an answer, and I'm not even the one that's fucking doing this. I think it's a lot of the times, and I'm how do I say this delicately?
Don't put a show on a staircase. Put it in the room that's upstairs.
Well, no, they can't do that because then the bar noise, the noise pollution is going to cancel out. So like that doesn't work. So they have to put it downstairs. But then for fire codes and shit, you can't block the walkway. So where does that leave us? On the fucking stairs in hell. But also, so here's the
On
thing.
the stairs is also blocking an egress. It's also not fucking legal.
It sure is.
Oh, it definitely was. Don't worry. But anyway, so a lot of I'm trying to not. Okay, fuck. I'm just not gonna miss my words because I can't do it. But basically, it's the comics that love to fucking drink during their sets and get fucked up.
Book those rooms.
And I was trying. I was
because they get paid in drinks.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
And chicken wings. Cold chicken wings.
Don't worry. I ate about 47 tater tots that night that were so salty. They fucking. I swear to God, I have stomach cancer now because of those.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. And here's the thing about these really shitty bar shows. The audience there's a difference between when you're in a club and on a stage than when you're just part of the fucking audience.
Because you also, like, when you're on a stage,
well, people like respect you, command a different kind of. I was just gonna
say that people already have respect because like you actually look like a performer. When you're just you look like a fucking
you're like a jackass with a fucking microphone.
A cum-drenched clown is what I was gonna say.
You look like a fucking clown, and then you're there's on the same playing field as the general public who doesn't fucking do comedy. But when you're standing the same level as they are,
they feel like they can.
They feel like they are part of. They feel like they're entitled to your space. They feel like they're entitled to just interrupt you because for some reason drunk people think that they're going to be funnier than the comedian who works their fucking tits off.
When you're drunk, you already feel, the filters start coming off.
I got something to say that's going to really rile this crowd up.
Yeah. And then
this is the second time this week that I've been so the guy
Rockin' Riley's, it was. I don't think you were getting. I came to see Honk Honk, but for the Rockin' Riley's, obviously you're the one on stage, and I know that you were really not into that, but at least from what I could hear, you weren't getting negatively heckled. Like they were just trying to like.
Except for when I talked about how I have fake lips and filler and stuff, and the guy yells out, "Yeah, but your kids will be ugly."
Okay, I did miss that.
Your kids will be ugly, and I said, and the thing about me,
Honk's been going through it this week.
I'm not clever in these ways. I don't. If I'm not on it, I don't clap back. When he said that, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't have like some witty fucking got him like comedian fucking destroys heckler. I was just like, oh, okay.
Well, so without giving too much away because I want us to like really like paint you guys the story of last night, but this was a common theme that like comedians again, like they
commit suicide because of things like this.
They do. So their blood is on your hands. But so I think because of all the crowd work clips that are circulating.
Yes.
I think people are now like, oh, this is what you do. This is what you do when you go to a show. You go like, hey, bitch, to the comic. But it's like, it's already very jarring. And getting up on stage when you're the only person on stage is, I'm sorry to like sound like all mushy, but it is very vulnerable.
It's so vulnerable.
Yeah, Gab and I tell jokes.
I do
that are
fucking act
personal.
outs about sucking dick and all of the
Right, but I'm saying you tell stuff that's personal. So what I'm trying to say is like when you're telling jokes that directly relate to you,
Yeah.
it's not like you're just telling a political joke that bombs. So like when a joke like doesn't do well and it's personal, it's like an extra tinge because like yourself is tied into that art.
And I do a lot of act outs, and which is, I get like very physical on stage, and I am really dirty. And when you're on the fucking floor, like writhing around, doing some stupid fucking act out about sucking dick, and the audience is silent, you have no idea how embarrassing that is, because your brain is like in fight or flight mode. Your brain's like, leave.
Yeah.
But you're like, I have to get through this bit, and no one's laughing, and I have to keep talking about how I'm sucking dick and rolling around on stage.
But I've seen this kill, but like I've seen a couple times where like you're going full throttle and no one's giving you anything, and you do save it. You literally call it out. You're like, wow, this is really embarrassing to do in silence. But anyway, and then that always gets a laugh.
It's so bad. It's just so
But
embarrassing.
also, if you bail on a bit, it like makes it worse. So like you have to finish it, and you have to like move through that time in order to set your next thing up right, so that maybe that might work. So that's a horrible place to be.
Last night, I didn't know how to dig I should have gotten out. I ran the light because I was just like,
yeah.
I didn't know how to get out. And before we get on to that, I headlined a show in Long Beach the other night. And I say headline because I'm not really a headliner. But whatever.
But here's
we're getting
thing.
booked.
Well, Madhouse did the same thing that you and I headlined two shows. I headlined a show and you headlined a show. But basically, what they did is they just put us last on a lineup and gave us more time. That's not. I hate when they call that headlining, because I'm like, no, that's not like headlining is
But
when
I know you sold tickets to that show because they put you as a headliner. Like that, they just put you as a headliner so that they can advertise you, and that your face sells some tickets.
I wasn't supposed to be the headliner. Josh Potter was, and then he bailed.
who's also our neighbor, LOL.
Yeah, he's our neighbor. He's a regular on Your Mom's House, whatever. Anyway, he was supposed to be the fucking headliner, and then since he bailed, they're like, "You want to do it?" And I was like, "Great, I'll take $150."
Fuck yeah!
And that was also haunted. It was so fucking haunted, dude. It was one of those shows. It was outside. It started in the day. By the time it got to me, it's night. So you feel like you're there already for 36 fucking hours.
Yeah,
By the time
sleepover.
By the time we get to you, everybody's all fucking drunk and full. There was a magician on stage right before me who was shooting confetti out of his asshole, I swear to God. And then they had like a fan on stage, and it was like so cold, and it kept blowing me, and I had to turn it around, and it was just...
Oh my God, I didn't know about the fan.
No, there was all kinds of things. There's another one of those things where I'm doing a full act out, nobody's laughing, and I'm just like, hey, kill me. And I knew that I didn't do that well, because at the end of the night, when I said goodbye to the booker, I was like, hey, thanks for having me. He responded with one of those things that's like, no worries. And that's when you know you didn't do well. Is when the booker's not even like, hey, thanks so much. You were great. Loved having you. When they just go, no worries. You're like, okay, I will kill myself. And and I'm serious. And this is why comedians have such high suicide rates, because we put ourselves through.
Us and dentists. Yeah.
Yeah. And we put ourselves through these horrific circumstances where you're so vulnerable, you're so open to the public, you're performing for a bunch of strangers, and they're just looking at you like, fuck you. And then you just get fucking mad, and you're like, no, fuck you.
This morning, I'm going to say it again, because
you came here.
You fucking came here.
Came here. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
when they sit in the front like this.
Why did you come out?
I don't know. I think a lot of people aren't cognizant of their faces, and I also think like I get really fucking sensitive too when people are like this. But
Make me laugh, clown.
But honestly, we're modern day jesters.
We are clowns.
Jesters, whatever. That is like what we are.
I don't think a lot of people know that crossing their arms is a very like it's an aggressive gesture.
It is, but also
shitty body language.
It closes you off to what you're trying to do on stage.
At least
it's
with
bad
women,
practice to sit at any show and cross your arms.
So don't do that.
Audience.
If you're listening to this, if you go to a comedy show, don't fucking cross your arms, man.
don't cross your arms. But can I just say why they do it? Like, I think this is why I don't think Of course, there might be some, but I really doubt that everyone that crosses their arms is like that sits in the front is doing it to be an asshole. I don't think that's it. I think is it's scary for people that aren't performers to be that close, and it's nerve wracking. Like there's no like safety, and so they're doing this. It's like
Good
human,
point.
you know,
It's a
like
good point.
they're doing it as a form of like little protection,
psychological.
Well, it's funny because before I started doing
Psychology
stand up,
the psychology of body language.
it looks like the doctor's in the house again. But before I started doing stand up, I worked for this ticketing company. And so I worked with a lot of comedians, and I worked at this one show that was run at the Hollywood Improv. And sometimes I would go to the shows and they would be like, oh, Harper, you can go sit in the front. And I was that girl that was doing this. And then I started doing stand up. And then I when the roles were reversed, I'm like, oh, it is so awful to do this. But I would always sit like this because of the reason I just said. So I was like, whenever I see girls, when I see a guy doing it, I'm like, tough it up, buddy. But when I see a girl doing it, I'm like, okay, you're just scared. But it's so funny. I went out to dinner with, he's now like a really big comic, but at the time, like he was still like, up and coming. And I went out to dinner with him and some friends when I was 19. And I was like, yeah, it's my dream to do stand up. And he was like, I'm not even trying to be a dick. Do not fucking do this. Do anything else in the world that you can. And if you have to do stand up, then I guess. He's like, but you're going to don't fucking do it. And I was like, God, what a fucking asshole. Like, fuck you. And then years later I started doing it and I'm like, oh, now I see what you're talking about.
Now I see. Now I feel like we're too deep in. I mean,
No, we made our bed. And here's the thing. I think if you hate it more than you love it, then yeah, you should get out. But like pain, just know that like pain is a part of it.
It is a part of it. And I do love it, but I'm also sick of it's this hard thing because it's like, how good you want to be. And when you're not as good as you want to be, it's a very frustrating thing. Like I'm at the point right now where I've like outgrown my material, but you still have to do that material on shows because that's what, like the best you've got.
Right.
So it's hard. It's a hard thing to like try to be better.
That's why I stopped basically. Because I did not connect with the material that I had. I had like 10 minutes. I had a really good 10 minutes and then I got sober and didn't connect with it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, I haven't really been able to get back after it.
Oh my God. I was listening back to, because I have like all my notes recorded in my phone of like from open mics and stuff. Do you have yours?
Yeah.
Should we play some of ours? Should we play a note?
Like from a mic?
Yeah. From like years ago.
Oh, dude.
That would be so embarrassing. Come on, let's do it. That's so embarrassing.
Right now?
That's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right now. Pick out like a 3-minute mic.
That's wild. I would never do it.
Okay, wait, fuck, because I got a new phone over the pandemic.
You don't have it.
The oldest I can go is 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine are all saved. That's weird.
Did you get a new phone?
I've gotten a million new
But
phones.
you back it up to the cloud and then it
Fuck, I didn't.
Mine go back to like 20 to when I started.
Yeah, I have all my old shit too.
Yeah. God, I have so many. Oh my God. This is so embarrassing. I wonder what these sound like. Oh wow, these are embarrassing. I bet.
I stopped recording because every time I would record, I would just bomb hard and it wouldn't be helpful.
Same.
Yeah.
I stopped recording because of the same reason. Because I'm like, oh my God, dude, I've one from Mickey's in 2017. Mickey's was horrible. Mickey's is this like drag queen club in West Hollywood, and this girl would host a show there, and it was just the worst show. Nobody would go.
So I just do want to say something kind of as more of a spectator than a comedian is that, and what I noticed from crowds is that exactly what you said about clips. The clips people put out really define what people expect from a comedy show. Because years ago, this is like 5-6 years ago now, all the clips online were like owning hecklers. Every clip online was owning a heckler. And so people would go and heckle because they think that the comedian wants to do that.
Yeah. And totally.
And then comedians got wise to it and kind of stopped putting that material out. But right now, the biggest clips are crowd work. And now everybody's just waiting for crowd work. And when it doesn't happen the way that they see it online, they get frustrated.
Right.
And then
that's what I think
blur it out.
Kind of like what was happening to me at Madhouse. Like,
Yeah.
I was trying to do jokes and like, I don't know. It was weird. Like they loved the crowd work so much. And then when I would try and like go into jokes, they were just like looked at me like they were either bored or they hated it. Which hey, maybe they just hated my jokes. Well, that can happen.
That's such a big struggle too, though, because crowd work is in the moment funny, where material doesn't have that raw feeling, and it never will. You know, when you're why these 15-year guys have the audience they do is because they've shrunk that gap between like what an actual moment feels like and what a written moment feels like. And so like once you get 10, 15 years in, that's when you can actually, and you're really good, that's when you can really make written material feel as close to spontaneous as you can. And that's like what we grew up watching from comedians. And I think that that's what a lot of fans don't understand and really shouldn't understand. And that's why this is really only a Patreon conversation, is because like you shouldn't see the fucking, you know, the bullshit behind the curtain. Are you making fun of me?
No, I just got tired.
Yeah.
We started.
I was just fucking vamping so you guys can pull up your notes.
Are you gonna do it?
I mean, I have. It's not. I mean, yeah, I have stuff.
You're being a pussy.
You're being a cunt. I have it. It's just not from. It's not old enough. I can play it though. But yeah,
just do a mic one. Okay, here's one that I don't remember. This is so embarrassing.
Okay, play it.
My heart is racing, you guys.
Yeah, just hold the end.
It's gonna be you killing.
Like
yeah, right. Should we do the lyric or the tavern?
The tavern.
This is April 19th, 2018.
The music ringing up.
No, it's coming from the bottom.
I spent 5 hours at the DMV today, feeling a little tired. I just got a brand new car, and 2 weeks after getting it, somebody broke into it and smashed the windows out and stole everything in it. My ID, my wallet, my computer, all of my stand-up notebooks, and most importantly, my diaries. The diaries are rough. Because I've been documenting. I just recently went through a breakup, and I was documenting my entire breakup in this diary, like my day-to-day, like, all right, I'm feeling better today. My therapist told me to write things down, and fuck this guy, and I'm starting to feel better. It's like every emotion that I had been going through was in this diary, and I can't stop thinking about these robbers going through all of my stuff, and if they're anything like me, they immediately read my diaries and went, holy shit, this girl was really going through it. We feel so bad for her now. Oh my God. This guy cheated on her that many times and she kept going back to him? Fuck that guy. And I have this like imaginary thing in my head of them like going.
Okay, this could be a funny bit. This actually has a funny premise.
Open and being like, fuck this guy. This is for you, Gabby. We're so sorry we stole your shit.
Don't fake a laugh.
I don't even know if that's a bit, but that's how I'm painting it.
Okay,
that's a funny premise.
That's a funny premise.
Yeah,
like the idea of like writing in your diary, going through a breakup, and then somebody breaks into your car, your diaries are in there, and then they're going through your diaries.
Yeah, I like that.
Right?
Yeah, I do like that.
And they're like, whoa, this guy was a piece of shit. Let's go fuck him up. And then all of a sudden we're friends.
Is the tavern in Hollywood?
Hyperion Tavern. I think it's across the street from the Lyric.
Oh, that place. Okay. I was thinking of a place like in Hollywood, not on the east side.
The Sycamore Tavern that was down here, it's closed now.
Maybe it was
That's what I was thinking of. Because I used to practice when I did roast battle.
Before the pandemic, actually.
Okay.
Fuck, that's embarrassing. There's just 2 more minutes left of that insane mic.
Okay, I feel honestly more nervous okay, so this is the first open mic I did. I'm pretty sure, this is the first open mic I did coming back from the pandemic after not doing stand-up for a year. So I didn't get on stage for an entire year. We were in the pandemic, whatever. This is my first. Okay. Oh my God.
I know it's horrible, isn't it?
It's really
it's
scary.
Horrible.
Oh my God. My hands are sweating.
It's horrible.
Woo! Okay.
You got lucky where you had a decent bit.
I know.
It wasn't, but it wasn't. It's like a funny idea, but it bombed.
Yeah, it didn't get laughed.
Didn't get a single laugh.
Okay. I don't know if I was. Well, I really don't know. I don't know if I was practicing stuff that I already have.
My
if
heart's
this was
racing
all new
for you.
stuff.
Do it.
Okay. This all backwards.
Okay, hold it up toward the top. There you go.
Hell yeah, open mic vibes. Okay, come on.
As you can tell, I am broken. Thank you so much. You can
Who
tell
was
I'm
that?
broken because I look very gay, and I am very much trying to be. There I am. Okay. I can feel my hair flopping, and I didn't like that, Gabby.
Was I there?
Wait, were you there?
That was
One of
me.
you guys were talking about, maybe just a few. We're talking about eating ass. Okay. Can't say I've had the
Was this at
pleasure,
Match Mic?
but, honey, that's on you. That's not me. Okay. Yeah, because it was like, I eat ass all the time. I'm like, okay. I love how
Whose
Eastern
laugh was that?
European she is, because
Chelsea
I remember
Girl.
like one time I was like, oh, Bianca,
Yes.
are you dating anyone? She's like, I don't date, I fuck. And I was like,
That was my laugh.
Jesus. She's like, what about you? And I was like, I kind of just cry. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That's so hard for me to hear what I'm saying. I'm saying basically, I was having bi panic at the time. I had, I went on a dick batical for many months, and then I was like, I'm just gay now. I'm not bi. I'm just gay. And then, I was talking about like being too shy to like eat ass, and like how everyone's like, oh, I eat ass, and I'm like, oh, I just cry. And then what else did I? Oh, then Bianca was like, she was dating a lot at the time, and she was like, oh, like, and then I was like, oh, how are you going on dates? And she's like, I don't, and she's European, so she's like, I don't date, I fuck. And then I was trying to like work on a bit about how all my friends are like more outgoing than I am. But this mic seems very chaotic. And then I also
That is a chaotic mic.
that is
I hated that mic.
that is so fucking chaotic, and so it's hard for me to.
There's nothing worse than listening back to that shit.
I'm like literally like delete. I'm fucking dead. But it's so funny. I like how you can hear like how different we are. Like I'm like very much like and you're like, so here is a story I have for you. It's very interesting. But yeah, that's very painful.
It's very painful. And there are hundreds of hours more in my phone.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, but I'm honestly not mad at the idea, that premise of that bit that I had.
Cute.
Did it bomb? Yeah. Is it a funny premise? Could be.
Love that. And you know what? I didn't even remember, honestly, anything in there, but it's funny because I am working on a new bit right now with the same kind of like premise with the bi panic thing. But you know what?
Oh, yeah, you are.
It is hard. Okay,
So,
let's
get into
unpack.
last night.
Yeah. Real quick. So I was taking. So you're coming up from San Diego. It was your dad's birthday. He was wearing sandals. I did see that on your story.
Thank you.
Triggered. But so I was taking the metro down to meet you in Long Beach. And, I have, whenever I get on the metro, I always have, my headphones on. Okay. Got my taser in my pocket, pepper spray in the other. Don't fuck on me. But anyway, you have to transfer lines from the red line to the blue line. And I'm getting off the red line and I'm like walking over like a good gutter rat that I am to get on the fucking train. And all of a sudden this like short man, and we're not talking like 5'7" short. We're talking like this guy was like 4 feet. But so anyway, so he comes up to me and he's like grabbing on me and I just kind of like shake him off and try and keep walking. And he grabs on me again, like not hard, but like whatever. And I take my headphone out and I was about to get ready to curse him out. And he's like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. Someone was just stabbed. And I look up and they're setting up the caution tape and there's like police all
Stabbed
around.
to death?
I don't know if it was to death, but it was like bad enough to where like they have the guy on the ground. There's like police all around. Like they had to clear out the entire train. Everyone's like running up. And then he's like, we have to go. We have to get out of here. And I was like, fuck. Okay. And so then me and my little friend run upstairs. And then he's like, where'd you get your shoes? And I was like, I don't know. And then he's like, okay, well, bye. Gotta go. I'm like, okay. And then I looked up how much it was to Uber down there and it wasn't like that bad. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just Uber the rest of the way. So
Don't worry. We got paid $25 and your Uber was $20. So you made $5 last
I
night.
made $5 last night, so kind of fucking gagged.
Yeah.
I get there before honk, and I really hate being in places I don't know without anyone there. And right when I'm walking up, this guy's like, "You look delicious! Wow, you look yummy! Oh fuck!" And I was like, "What?" And again, like this man, he just like popped out like a fucking jackal, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then like the bouncer is like being a dick, and I'm like, "Oh, the show's in here," and he's like, "Yeah, but I still need to see your ID." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And then I'm in there and it's so fucking awkward. And immediately I just could tell how the show was going to go from being in there. There's like a pool table right next to the mic. There's no stage. The music's blaring. It seems like majority of the people in there aren't there for the show. So I was like, oh my God, I like wanted to text you. Let me just come out. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
It was fucked. Okay. And then you get in and then, we get some free pizza. Okay.
We got pizza. That was nice.
There was a cover band. It's so funny. He was this guy that Gabby and I picked as the winner of this comedy competition. And the owner of, or like the manager.
Kind of ironically.
Yeah. Kind of like, sometimes we can be bullies. You guys will learn this on the
Not that
episode.
I thought he was bad. I was just like, this kid's interesting.
No, he was fucking weird as shit, but he was making me laugh. And I was like, no one else is making me laugh. So I guess we're going with Mr. Weirdo.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Mr. Weirdo gets up on stage and I was like, isn't that weird fuck that we picked to win the comedy competition? And you were like, no, Harper, no. And I'm like, oh, okay, God, doppelganger. And he gets up and he's playing, and this is not being rude, right? It's just factual that he was playing the worst covers ever. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So,
and
at one point he starts singing about Shrek.
Stop.
Remember that? And he's like,
yes.
Shrek is king. I love Shrek.
Because he forgot.
I want to fuck Shrek. And he like went on about Shrek for like 15 minutes. And I was like, come on, man.
Yeah. And then girls were unironically dancing. I think he's like a hit down in Long Beach. And
in LBC.
Yeah, in LBC. But so we were all like, what the fuck is this? Anyways, don't worry. He was supposed to get off the stage and he's like, well, one more. And then don't worry, it was 4 more. And then people are getting up. It was the girl's birthday. God bless her. Don't ever do that on your birthday. But so then it was her birthday. Huge mistake. She gets up. Another comic gets up. And it's the night's moving. Comics are getting
don't
up.
forget the detail of, so there is no stage. We're in a bar. The comedians are, there's a pool table. We're standing behind the pool table. The two-person band is still on their instruments. So the drummer is sitting at the drum set. The guitar guy is sitting with his guitar.
Oh, they were playing music between you guys too?
That's so cute that you think it's between us. So it is between us, but it's also while we're on stage.
So then they like, when there was a punchline, they'd go
or like, hey, I'm from North Carolina. Scoodly doodly. And I was like,
yeah.
Whenever they thought a laugh should happen.
For one of your okay, it wasn't even on your punchline. It was for your setup. So Gabby's setting up the joke. The joke hasn't happened yet. She just says like, I think it's hard to make friends as an adult. And he goes like that on the guitar. And
I blacked out. I don't remember that.
I was just like watching it. I was like, wow. But okay, so 2 comics get up, then it's me, and right before I'm about to get on, I'm saying stage with air quotes. A stage. Walk up, behind the pool table. The guy from outside with the septum ring was like, God, I hope you're as funny as you are pretty. I love girls that look like you. You look like you just spit me out. Oh, shit. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? LOL, I literally wore these pants last night. But I was like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, just leave me alone. And so I'm just standing there with my notes.
You weren't wearing any makeup, so.
What?
You weren't wearing any makeup.
Honey.
So she's got natural beauty.
Honey. So but okay, oh my God. And I just got on a fucking hike. It was nasty. But anyway, so he's like, I can't even like get in my head to like know my jokes because focus on my set because he's just like in my fucking ear, like right before I get on stage. So I get on stage. I listened to the recording last night. So at exactly 2 minutes and 37 seconds into me telling jokes, and it's going decent. I'm just kind of like talking to the crowd.
No, you were funny.
Thank you.
It was a nightmare, but she was funny.
Thank you. I was honestly astral projecting, but I'm like, I know it's a fucked up room. So I'm just kind of like including people like from the audience. And then all of a sudden this guy, I'm in the middle of telling a joke about my mom when all of a sudden this guy goes, she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. And I was like, who, my mom? Like, yeah, that's what the fucking joke's about. What are you talking about? And I was like, wait, what? And I kind of thought he was going to fuck off. Don't worry, he didn't. He keeps going. And then he starts like cursing out his friend. And he's like,
did you say that he walked up to you?
Oh no, yeah.
No,
so
not yet.
okay, so no, this because he's at first he's just
Okay.
yelling at me, and then like I blink, and next thing I know, it happens so fast. So I blink, and next thing I know, he just walks up, like comes around the pool table and
Standing
walks up.
next to you. All of us are like,
We're all everyone's just frozen. No one does anything to help me.
well, because
nothing.
I was like, did I miss something? Like, is there a cue that I missed?
All because his friend didn't understand your joke.
No, I don't even think that's even real. Because Gabby took a quick video and I watched it, and the friend just looks like humiliated.
Can we play the video on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna translate, but yeah. It was just so fucking.
I'll send it to you anyway.
Okay, then get up. Come here then. I'm lost too, so okay. What is going on? I can't tell if I'm about to get eaten out or punched out. What's going on? Right here. Right here?
But yeah, and so he's up there and he put his hand on my back at one point. So I put my hand on his back and I gave him like a little tap to like kind of like signal him like, hey, like please fuck off. And he wouldn't get off the stage. And then finally he like walks back to his friend, and then they both run out of the bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, she does, like, tell her to get up. Tell her to get up. And then I was like, okay, then get up then. Like shut the fuck up. Like figure it out. And then like the whole set, like my whole set, I wanted to work on new stuff, but I was just so rattled. Then I just like kept making jokes about that. And like, I actually had like
what can you do after that? It's like,
and
she handled it so well though. I was so impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, I would have cried.
I felt like crying. I honestly felt like crying. I was like,
so another note, you guys, don't fucking walk up to stand-ups when they're on stage.
no, it was, and this
we can deal with the video after.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
here's the thing,
Yeah.
this guy, he was, like my bully was bedazzled. He was like this bedazzled, like I assume gay man.
Because we were in like the gay district.
Yeah, we were in the gay district of Long Beach. And I was like, my God, what the fuck is that? It was just so.
He was in he was wearing a denim jacket, denim
tuxedo.
pants.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it was like this.
Completely
like
bedazzled.
completely bedazzled. Oh my God. It was so. It was sensory overload. It was so weird.
Wild.
Then this comic gets up. Then I sit down. I somehow I wouldn't say I had fun, but I had a fun set, if that makes sense. Like I was just like playing with the audience, whatever. Honk and I interacted on stage a few times. It was kind of fun. Then anyways,
and by interact, you mean you just yelled over to me, stop filming me. You're my roommate.
no, I said something about your tits. But anyway, so then we go. I said something else too. Fuck off. Then I go and sit down, and you're just about to. So anyway, so then I go sit down. This comic gets on stage, and then he's telling his whole set. He's like, "Don't fucking come up to me. I'm gonna come on you if you come up to me. Like, don't fucking touch me." And then whatever. And then Gabby, you get on stage. Do you want to take it away?
I'll take it away. And
Yeah.
then you can share your experience of me on stage. I get
Okay.
on stage. I was funny for about 3 seconds. I was funny when I said that I had crop dusted the band members when I walked up there.
That was really funny.
I had to walk past them and I was like, I just crop dusted the fuck out of you guys. And then I started like wafting my fart over to them.
And then you couldn't see, but behind you, they were going like this. They were like wafting it into their, like, it was really funny.
Okay. And then this is a sign of an amazing show at a bar. So they had TVs on the whole time. They didn't turn off the TVs for the show.
You know what? TV, can I just make an amendment
Yes.
there? It was a massive projector.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but there was also a TV.
Oh, okay, good.
There was a TV up on one side, and then one of the walls had a big projector playing the Joker.
It's just too good. It's just too fucking,
And
of all the movies.
I'm so fucking ADHD. Couple seconds into my set, I'm like, what are they playing?
And you know they thought it was hilarious to play the Joker
They
during
did-
the
oh,
comedy
I'm
night.
like, was
No,
that
they
on
did.
purpose?
Yeah, 100%.
So they're playing a fucking Joker. I'm like, what movie
It's
is
on
this?
repeat too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I said, what movie is this? Guy in the front goes, everybody goes, it's the Joker. And I was like, oh, okay. And then this guy goes, it's more interesting than you. And I was like, again, another moment where I didn't know how to clap back. And I went, oh, okay.
Well, then everyone, then we booed him.
Oh.
Oh, okay. And
Can I say
You
one
gotta
thing?
have some. You gotta have some in your pocket. Like you just
Honk,
gotta
we
come up
gotta
with
like
some
pre-plan
that are,
some for you.
yeah.
I know, because my sweet baby Honk. Okay,
she doesn't know how to clap back.
oh, I'm just gonna interject really quick. Honk, it made me. You didn't know how to clap back, and your hurt was on your face, and that it just like made me so sad because you were like, Oh.
Yeah, you can come up
like that. But then people saw that and then they turned on him. They're like, boo, like that. And then you joined in on the boo. So it was cute.
You can come up with some like one good one about your lips, one good one. It's like
I know. I have to sit at home and think of some like roast jokes for hecklers.
Yeah.
And that, that's following the horrific bar show where the guy told me I would have ugly kids. So, and by the way, the night before Long Beach, I was at the Oxnard Levity Live. And in the green rooms, at comedy clubs, comedians will take Sharpies and write their names on the wall, as like the little blah, blah, blah was here. Anyway, I had been at Oxnard Levity Live a couple of months prior to the other night, and I had written my name on the wall. So the other night when I was there, I looked at my name and somebody had so sweetly written "boo" next to my name. So I was on one.
So this has been her whole week. So it's just like you're going. I know you're having a rough week, honey.
And that I
and
saw
a girl
that
was heckling you the entire time. So it's like that guy was an asshole.
That guy was an asshole. Then this girl starts heckling me, and she's like trying to be sweet, but she's wasted. And every joke that I do, she's like, "Yeah, girl," and then like goes back to like talking to her friends, and is like, "I could do that. I see what you're saying, girl." And I was like,
"That's the worst."
And then there's like
supportive heckling.
Oh,
it's
God.
the worst.
And then there's no like green room or anything. So like after I do my set, like
you do sit back down on the front where we're fucking sitting.
All a comic wants to do whenever they finish their set, I don't even give. Maybe
run away.
Literally run away. I don't give a fuck if it was good or not. I just was so vulnerable. I shared myself, and now I want to retreat, much like sex. And so I was like, oh my God, but there's nowhere to retreat. So after my fucking extravaganza, I'm just sitting there, and then so Gabby's on stage, and then the drunk girl's like, "And your roommates." And your podcast and roommates? Okay, roommates. And I'm like, shut up, bitch. Damn.
I continue to bomb. It's horrendous. I'm forgetting all my bits. There's probably like 10 seconds of silence when I'm going through my phone, trying to look for a bit, but your head's spinning. So I'm like not even able to read the words. I'm just like, I just try and like whip out an old bit, bombed, because I was just like, spinning. Get off stage, walk out from behind the pool table, immediately text Honk. I'm like, can we go? She grabs my shit.
I just grab her shit and we just fucking book it out.
But on the way out, best part of the night, sweetie, we're walking back to my car. And as we said, it was the gay district. There's a guy sitting, like the bouncer is sitting outside of the club. And he's like, oh my God, can I tell you who you look like? Don't be offended. And I was like, what's he going to say? And he goes, I was like, yeah, Bret Michaels. And he was like, no, Pamela Anderson. And I was like, shut up. Did somebody pay you to say that? And he was like, no, honestly, you look just like her. It's like everything is going on. I love it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I was like, okay, well, you know what?
See,
that was worth
a good end. It was a nice little happy.
Yeah. We got a comment that you look like a tatted up Julia Roberts.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I keep getting Julia Roberts. Yeah. Anyway, that was the week. I love comedy.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun.
I did one out here that the stage was literally in front of the door. So it was at a Mexican bar downtown, and the stage was in front of the door.
Wait, oh my God, I've been there before.
Yeah.
I was booked on that, and I walked in and I saw that, and then I left.
Yeah, and literally it was like the best laugh I got at that was that it was hostage comedy.
Yeah, no,
that's really funny.
Okay,
yeah.
No, that's good, Lee. Yeah, that. Oh my God.
Because
that show, Bianca and I were on it, and we go, and then we're both like, no, and then we just did a mic instead.
and there was a wasted regular sitting at the bar.
Of course
like,
there always is.
There's always a wasted regular.
I run this place, right? I'm like, okay.
And he was.
I've been coming here for years.
He kept trying to heckle, but he would heckle like the punchline I had just said, and so I had to be like, yeah, no, we're moving on. Keep up, man. Yeah.
This is comedy, baby.
I know. I've never had someone bum rush the fucking stage before. I was like,
yeah, that's intense.
For a hot second, I did think he was going to hit me just because he was like, get up, get that bitch up. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. But I just like stood there. I was like, if I get hit, I guess.
I saw the story and you were like, I don't know if you're trying to fuck me or fight me right now.
Yeah, I literally didn't know. I was like, this is so fucking aggro. I fucking can't.
I have bad BO.
All right, we have some calls. We have 15 minutes left.
Wow, really?
Okay,
We spent the whole time talking about fucking stand-up.
Honey, and that's why it's called motherfucking tea time, because we had some fucking gossip for y'all.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Is this coming out this Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Write your stories about your prom, you guys. Nobody's written us about prom yet, and we want to hear your prom stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got one bad email. And it's like
we have another one coming in right now. He just emailed me that he's...
Okay, good.
Okay, so this one, she doesn't want me to
Show her?
show the video,
Okay.
but
Okay.
she's in Australia, so she didn't want to
We
call.
love our Australian fans. Also, she's so cute.
Yeah, so she
All right.
didn't want to call and use like the whatever it would cost to call the United States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you're overseas and you don't want to call a foreign number, you can send us a video. If you're an elite honk, I'm changing it to elite honk. If you're an elite honk, you can send it to the email
We
address.
love elite honks.
But if you're a $10 honk off subscriber and you want to call in but you don't want to pay to call us, let me know and I'll give you an email address.
How do we have Australian fans? I love that. Australian
we have
listeners.
a bunch, actually.
It's so why? That's so
Yeah.
cool. How do we get to Australia?
But it's so funny because when I shared my story about my vacations, when I shared my Australian vacation story or whatever, like I got so many messages from girls that were like, "Oh my god, like you got to talk more about that." I was like, "Why? What the fuck?" But that's crazy that we have so
Speaking
many.
Oz.
I also got a comment that my Good Day Mate was the best out of the.
And they're wrong.
Triggered.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
I guess it's quick. It's Good Day Mate. It's like
G'day,
it's
mate.
like a
G'day, mate.
yeah.
Good day, mate.
Goodbye.
Good day, mate.
All right. Let me see. Can you hear this?
Hi, honks. Hi, Lee.
Yeah.
I just wanted to submit my bad date story. This is from a few years back. I wouldn't cop this now. I went on a first Tinder date with a guy. That went okay. He invited me on a picnic. No food, just beers he brought. Whiskey. But he did bring something, so that's better than nothing. Anyway, so he invites me around for a second date. He goes, "Come to my house and I'll cook you dinner. No one will be home." And I was like, "Great, that sounds really nice." So I rock up to his house expecting a nice dinner. There isn't a nice dinner. In
No.
fact, there's no dinner.
No.
Oh,
And I'm too young and fucking stupid to say anything and be like, "Where's my fucking meal?" Anyway, so I was starving, but he was like, "Let's watch a movie upstairs."
No,
Like,
come on.
upstairs. And I was like, "Okay." Anyway, so I went upstairs with him, and he'd made a romantic setup, which was a foam mattress
Shut up.
on the floor in
Shut
like
up.
a recreation room with a TV in front of it, with not a fitted sheet, just he'd done fucking splayed a sheet.
Shut
on
up.
On the
the mat.
phone.
It's not even a mattress, a mat.
Stop.
And he's like, "Let's watch Jackass." So Gabby, I know by
I'm
that
in.
point you'd be fucking sold. Wasn't doing wonders for me.
I'm in.
that's so funny. I'm with her.
Anyway, so he puts this on. I'm
This is my
not
man.
paying attention to it. We end up having sex. Worst
To
2 minutes of my
Jackass.
fucking life.
Where's 2
Johnny
minutes?
Knoxville in my fucking ear, throwing me off.
Stop.
Anyway, whatever. I fucking ignored that. All is done.
The trauma.
I need
know,
to go to the
look at
bathroom to expel whatever's in me. And he goes, "Oh, it's just over there on the right."
Oh my
There's
God.
this little hallway and there's 3 rooms. There's one on the right, one in the middle, and one on the left.
These bathrooms?
And
Doors.
I walk over, like waddle over naked with my fucking hand between my legs like a little bitch. And
You just dump the clip in.
I open the room on the right. He's like fucking around with the mattress. I don't know what he's fucking doing. I open the room on the right, but it's pitch black. I can't see anything. But I was hearing this noise coming out of this room, which was weird because no one's home. But I heard this like beep, beep, beep.
No.
And I was like, "What is that?" It's like, I don't know, something's going off in the bathroom. A vague, don't know. Anyway, I'm like fiddling around and I finally find the light. And I flick it on and I'm naked. Ooh, just hit a dead kangaroo.
No.
Not a dead kanga.
Anyway,
So much
flick
to
on the
unpack.
light
Her eyebrows are.
And there is his grandfather
pretty.
on life support. Anyway, turns out grandpas don't count as being home when they're almost dead. Great.
Can we listen to the last 10 seconds of that?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh my God.
Flick on the light. And there is his grandfather on life support. Anyway, turns out grandpas don't count as being home when they're almost dead. Great.
Oh, grandpas don't count as being home when they're almost dead.
Oh my fucking.
Okay.
That's one of the best ones. That might be the best one.
Also,
Yeah.
that man is a disappointment to his dying grandfather.
I mean, he's a disappointment to his bloodline, but that is
disappointment to his bloodline.
not the foam mattress. Okay, and she was saying, this is why I wanted you to back up because I got confused. So there was 3 doors, and so she's trying to go to the bathroom. Did she find the grandpa in the bathroom, or this is the room next door?
This is the room next to the bathroom.
Next door. That's what I thought.
She's waddling naked, trying to find the bathroom to clean herself up, and it's like this labyrinth of hallway, and she has to just like pick a door, and the door she picked was Grandpa.
Oh my God! And she's fucking naked. Oh my God! Oh my fucking God!
And now I want to know: was Grandpa coherent?
He was on life support.
So I guess that means you're
probably not
in a coma, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like where you're choosing to like die at home. Essentially, it's like palliative care or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God!
God, putting on Jackass. I know I'm with her. That would drive me up. I'd be like,
it's so funny. I was like, yeah, me. And then she was like, Gabby, I know you'd love that. And I was like,
I know, that's so funny.
Not him. Okay, not
so
making
much.
you food. Putting a foam thing up and being like, let's watch Jackass.
Yeah, his foam mattress, like a mattress topper. I think is like what
that's
it is.
what I'm imagining.
And then not you guys fucking to hearing, I'm Johnny Knoxville and this is the Ball Smasher.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah. I'm Steve-O, and this is the goldfish up my asshole. And he's just fucking
shit, I got a goldfish in my ass, dude.
It's just guys.
Wow.
Dude, I got blood on my dick, dude.
It's like,
Yeah, and then this guy's just fucking coming.
like fucking her. Like,
Meanwhile,
that's what I think
Grandpa's
he sounds
on
like.
fucking life support in the next room. Honestly, where's the screenplay? That's just so
I know.
motherfucking funny.
The second A24 finds this podcast, bitch, because I sort of
Guess what? We're writing all the content. We have all the fucking screplays in this podcast.
I know.
She's hot. She's so
she's
hot.
beautiful.
Why would
She's
she put up with that?
gorgina.
Because that's what we do, Lee.
Lee.
What do you mean?
Because
don't be like, why would she put up with it? Lee, because that's what women do.
That's victim blaming. Why
Yes,
the fuck
it
would he
is.
fucking do that?
Yes, it is. That is what women do. We go for guys way lower, way below us.
Because you know
they
what?
treat us like shit, and we're like, okay.
Yeah, because do you want to see a beautiful queen like that? She just wanted to be liked, and she wanted some dinner. And the fact that she didn't have it within herself to say like, "Hey, where the fuck's the dinner?"
Because we're taught to just shut the fuck
we're taught
up.
to shut up, to take it, and to be a good girl,
And to be chill, to be a chill girl
Yeah,
who's
be
gonna
a
be like,
chill.
that's fine, I'm not even hungry. I love Jackass.
Yeah. Farting? That's actually how I come. A poot poot. Like, no. God.
So that's why, Lee.
Why'd she take it? What, his fucking weak dick or the fucking Jackass? Because, bitch, I don't know why. But you want to know what? The thing is, almost every single goddamn, if not every single fucking woman on this godless planet has unfortunately weathered a diabolical storm like the one that Gorgina Queen has just regaled us with, Lee.
Yes.
So do not ever ask me or Gabrielle, aka Gabriel.
And and hold on, let's fucking go back to that too. He said she's so hot. Why would she do that? You know what, Lee?
No,
it's
Lee?
not even just because she's hot. You can also be not hot and still go through that.
Oh, you know what? That's a great point.
Yeah.
So what? So the fucking the cows, the uggos,
Yeah, the uggos.
the beavers,
they're deserving of it. Oh, they're deserving.
Yeah.
The girls with a little bit more acne and thin hair. Oh, they deserve
the
it.
girls that look like they look like they're fucking pox.
Yeah, the
with their
women with
fucking
jowls.
hormonal acne.
They deserve.
Oh, they deserve it.
They
No.
Yeah. She's so hot. Why would she do that? Oh, okay.
And this is why there's a rise of single fucking men.
So fucking Barb over here deserves it.
Yeah, no. No one does.
No one
You deserve
does.
to have your balls whacked with a fucking mallet, you insufferable rat. Oh, she's hot. Why does she deserve
Girls
it?
don't deserve those things. Oh, little fucking cow bitches.
And don't try and quit on us now. Okay, good. You're getting fucking... Yeah, I would wear a disguise too. I would change myself after that fucking comment too.
Oh,
God. God damn it. I haven't been pissed off like that.
See, my fucking arm, my pits are getting all riled up
Yeah,
now.
I'm getting fucking sweat-titious over here.
Oh my God. Now that
little
was actually
pepperoni.
pretty funny.
No, that was really funny.
Can't believe you
but
said
also,
that.
it was the... Just hit a dead kanga for me.
I know. Yeah. Just hit a dead kanga.
Yeah,
Dead kanga.
get into your fucking Alex Jones. No, Alex Tate? Who's that guy right now that's getting canceled?
No, it's Alex
Andrew
Jones.
Tate.
Oh, you look like Alex Jones.
Look like
Alexander
yeah.
Tate. That's who I was trying to say. But
Yeah.
you are giving Alex Jones. Oh my God.
Well, prayers up to the dead
It's
kanga.
witness protection.
Yeah, you do need to go into witness protection. You know what? We're calling this out right now. Okay, so Lee's driving me down to fucking Madhouse, as I fucking said 14 times.
No.
Fuck you.
All
so
right,
we're
I'm
driving
glad
down. Yeah. So we're driving down to fucking Madhouse, and no one else is in the car with me. And y'all know that Lee gets on his pig shit when he's left to his own devices.
What?
I believe that.
I was so polite.
Oh, were you?
Keep talking.
So, I will. So my security blanket, aka honk, isn't there. So it's just Lee and I. Everything's going smoothly until, for some godforsaken reason, Lee, you think it's story time up in this bitch, and you start telling me about how you're like,
Yeah, I would actually leave parties to go put coke
in my asshole and on my dick and just jerk off. And I go, okay, Lee. And it was just a little much. So I go, okay, Lee. And you go, oh yeah, no. And I would do it a lot. And I'm like, okay. God.
Nicely.
Lee.
She's not lying.
I know I'm not lying.
She's not
You would
even.
you would put coke on your dick and jack off with it?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Why?
And then he goes, don't knock until you've tried it.
Stop.
When
And then I
when
find-
you're just trying to ingest cocaine in any humanly way possible.
Why didn't you just like snort it? Why'd you put it on your fucking dick?
I did.
He would, but he said that he couldn't enjoy it at the party because he needed to go jerk off with it specifically on his dick.
Yes.
And
That's
that
why I
was
got
story
sober.
time before Madhouse.
Good. I'm glad that's good.
That's what you thought. You go, hey, you know what? I'm in the car alone with Harper. I got something. I got a story that's gonna dazzle.
Here's the thing. Yeah, dazzle the fucking tits off her. Here's the thing. These are the stories you fucking hear in AA. And I'm like, I would always drunk drive and I got a DUI. And then Lee's over here. And I'm dumping coke on my dick and jerking off. And that was my bottom. And it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I wasn't so bad.
You know, maybe a beer every night isn't the end of the world.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm fucking shooting meth into my butthole.
Well, on that note, it was Gabby's birthday. We didn't celebrate Gabby's birthday on the last regular episode, but I missed her party, so that's why I have the disguise
You walked in
out.
as we were leaving.
Yeah, and I scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, you did. I was like, who are you?
I walked up like this, and you were shook. You were like, "Who the fuck are you?"
I didn't say it like that.
You 100% did. And but
was
I got
not
your
scared.
card, and we'll close with the card.
Oh,
Okay.
that's it for today?
That's it for today.
It's anthrax.
Yeah. Lee.
Fentanyl. Lee. This is I'll have 2 Post Malone air fresheners
That's really sweet.
in my car. And when I ran into Post Malone on the street, he saw my air freshener from my car and was like, I like your air freshener.
Really? I thought you'd like the cowboy one.
I love the
'Cause you're
cowboy one.
country
That's the one that
face.
we have. This is the one that we have in our living room.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We have a cutout of him. I love him. Thank you, Lee.
You're welcome.
That's my baby. Oh my God, wait, this is so cute.
Read the front of the card.
For the 5 cats do not care that it's your birthday. 5 cares too much. Has a perfect birthday. Oh my God. This is so cute.
That's really fucking cute.
Yeah, the cat's farting out
It's
confetti.
shitting out confetti.
Like the
Turn it
magician at the
toward the
show.
camera.
What if it's its intestines?
Turn it toward the camera so that you can see it. Other way. Cool.
That's really cute.
Gabby, working with you is literally a dream come true. He spelled come, C-U-M. You make me laugh every day. Love Lee. Lee, that's really sweet.
That's really, really sweet.
Thanks, Lee.
You're welcome. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Lee. This is really sweet. Well-
Okay, Lee, I guess.
But don't ever say that about women again or I'll kick your ass.
Yeah. Unfortunately for you, you're going to have to clip that up because we have to yell at you publicly. But here's the thing.
There's a couple clips in this episode.
That we can put publicly?
We should, yeah.
We should,
Yeah,
definitely, yeah. We
Ooh,
should.
ooh, ooh.
I love this, Lee.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
You're welcome.
I guess that kind of makes up for what you said to me in the car.
No,
Okay,
it doesn't.
You're right, it doesn't. Fuck you. And we will be opening
We were
my
just
card.
talking. We were just talking. I was just...
Well, one of us was talking. One of us was wondering if I could survive
Sure,
getting
story.
thrown out of the car at 80 miles per hour. But that's what the other one of us was doing. But anyway, so we survived a week of doing comedy in LA as non-famous people and being driven around by Lee Cumlord.
Oh, and there was somebody who came to our fucking haunted show in Long Beach last night
Oh,
who does listen to the
yes.
podcast. If you listen to the Patreon, we're so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about what you saw. And come to a show that's not so fucking horrific.
We got a comment from a listener about seeing Harper at Madhouse, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Every time I know people are coming out for me, I bomb. Love you guys. Thank you. See you on next week.
Maybe one day I'll be good at comedy, or maybe I'll
Hey.
become a dental hygienist like my mother always wanted. Thanks for watching Patreon, guys. We love you.
See you in the dentist office.